Good day. To our research advisor, Professor Romel T. Dasalia, the panelists, and the viewers, I am Micaela Geronimo, and I would like to greet you all a pleasant day. Together with my group mates, Mr. Andrade Marvin, Miss Boncales Chelsea Francine, Mr. Cargente Giancarlo, Mr. Cernito Carlo, Miss Arispe Christine Ray, Miss Flores Cheryl May, Mr. Mabutol Ken Justin, and Miss Sanchez Mary Joy, we will be presenting to you a research study entitled The Importance of Financial Planning on Starting Businesses in Marikina City and Analysis.
This is Chapter 1, The Problem in its Background. Introduction. This study focuses on what are the importance of having a financial plans even when you are just starting your business. Even though it deliberates on the assessments on financial planning on starting business in Marikina City, the study also aims to promote the importance of financial planning to those who are planning to start a business, given that economy is fluctuating and how it helps them with their decision making. Starting a business without a knowledge on how to handle their monetary resources can lead to poor decision making. It may impact upon how well the decision may lead, and also how much money they can possibly lose or waste, and how often they will make the same mistake. Financial planning is found a part of your business plan called the financial section, where you can determine if your idea of your business will attract consumers and financial investors, or it will just gone to loss. Financial planning is a thorough analysis of various allocation of current and future funds to different expenses. This often may include a budget which organizes an individual's finance, and sometimes includes a series of steps or specific goals for spending and saving in the future. Financial planning, as we know, today was born in December 1969 when 13 financial services industry leaders gathered to discuss the creation of a new profession wherein the first CFP graduates were in 1973, and during this time, financial planning turned more to a needs or goals-based approach. Marikina City is seeing a rise in the number of business establishments that are opening up. Proof of this is the increase in the volume of business permits, registration and renewal being handled by business permits. In License Office BPLO this month, when business establishment in the city have to renew their permits. Marikina is known for the biggest manufacturing of quality shoes in the Philippines and tagged as the shoe capital of the Philippines. Even so, Marikina City is also a city of different kinds of business offered by its citizens, as city is also a city of different kinds of businesses offered by its citizens, as this city is developing their trade, is transcending into another avenues such as food parks and museum. Though the total land area of Marikina is approximately 21.5 km, 2,150 ha, 5,300 acres. This represents about 3.42% of the total land area of Metro Manila. This study focuses only on the starting business of any industry in Marikina City.
Statement of the problem. This study aims to analyze the importance of financial planning on starting businesses in Marikina City. Specifically, this research sought to answer the following questions. Number 1. Why do you need to include financial section on your business plan? Number 2. How does financial planning helps you manage your cash? Number 3. In what way does financial planning helps you in terms of priorities? And number 4. How does financial planning affects your viewpoint in making decisions?
Significance of studies. This study is important for it to benefit the following: the business owner who are acknowledged financial planning. These studies will give a huge advantage to future entrepreneurs and businessmen for giving importance of financial planning as one of the parts of their business plan. Knowing the advantage of having financial section will surely help others avoid unnecessary mistakes in the future. due to not having it. This research aimed to discover the current health of financial planning to start business. By doing so the group will be able to come up with a recognized analysis of the importance of financial planning in starting a business. A written guidelines of effective business plan containing financial section.
Scope and delimitation of the study. The researchers are focused on the significance of financial planning on starting a businesses in Marikina City. The vicinity of Marikina also helps the development of the study. Definition of terms. Analysis is the process of breaking a complex topic or substance into smaller parts in order to gain a better understanding of it. Financial plan is a comprehensive evaluation of an individual's current pay and future financial state by using current known variables to predict future income, asset values, and withdrawal plans. Viewpoint is a position or perspective from which something is considered evaluated. Priorities is to come before something else. Decision-making is the process of making choices by identifying the decision-gathering information and assessing the alternatives resolutions. Financial section determines whether or not your business idea is viable and will be the focus of any investors who may be attracted to your business idea. Starting business involves many activities related to organizing the organization. Cash is bills, coins, bank balances, money orders, and checks. Business plan is a written document that describes in detail how a business, usually a startup, defines its objectives and how it is to go about achieving its goals. Importance is a quality or state of being important.
Conceptual framework. This study aimed to evaluate that the dependent and independent variable is a starting business conceptualized using a research paradigm shown in Figure 2, which the researcher created based on using financial planning. The concept of using a financial planner is entrenched deep in the philosophy of financial management and in a key element in most fair decision making of successful business. Academic and entrepreneur agree that the financial planning is a vital concept. To this concept, we will explain why financial planning is necessary. Financial planning has a significant influence on sustaining your startup business. Newly business owners pre-encounter dilemma in making decisions specifically with regards to transactions involving monetary value, and after encounter, they evaluate the expectations against those experienced. Subsequently, it is necessary to be management to understand and measure the major influence of financial planning on starting a startup business. The conceptual framework shows that the long-range view prioritizing expenditures and cash management are the variables that are major importance of financial planning. Starting business provides its use for the benefits of their business. It goes to show that when the three major importance of financial planning is used, the response with the effect and the decision-making skills done by the management of starting business, and it may lead them to success and sustainability.
Let's now proceed to Chapter 2, Review of Related Study and Literature. This chapter presents the different studies and literature which were found to have a significance to find present studies. The materials utilized the study included foreign and local studies literature. Studies, according to Jeffrey Busgang, financial planning is an analysis. Startups can initially afford to have a senior finance person on staff so that a person is expected to handle a wide range of responsibilities. Given the importance of accurate accounting, the controller is more typically the first senior the finance hired and will be asked over other aspects. of the finance rule. But startups grows and there are sales and materialistic worth of analyzing other functions grows in the importance. In, and the new leader brought in separately to establish the head of the financial planning and analysis.
Current studies, according to Dr. Sanel Carver and Mrs. Hima Dukarkar, a financial plan is sometimes refers to investment loan which allocates savings to various assets of project expected to produce future income, such as a new business or product line, shares in a estate business or real estate. In general studies, financial plan is a series of steps of goal used by individual or business to progress and cumulative attainment of which are designed accomplish financial goal like limitation of debt, retirement, etc. This often includes the budget which organize an individual finance and sometimes includes a series of steps spending and saving future income. According to Alero de Jora Abizi, the implementation of rice strategies, the possibility of small business existence and their probability may be high. The strategy of adopting appropriate accounting practice could be useful to measure the performance of the business and make comparison the projected targets. Such abilities may increase the potential success of a small business and the constantly made an income value of country. According to Philip Hessler, sustainability has evolved into one of the key topics of organization and organizational research alike to meet changing societal demands. Organizations have to adopt their long-term strategies and decision-making. However, at the same time, companies must satisfy short-term profitability, interests, and demands from shareholders. An organization's sustainability commitment strategy view impact by several influential factors by the top management commitment or stakeholder integration. These factors have largely been studied individually without linking them, such as following study aims to creating a holistic view and framework for organizational influence and on sustainability.
As included by Mallory Campos. A financial plan directs your business towards your goals. Like a map or a navigational device, it helps you see beforehand to the path you'll need to take. By using this as your aid, you can prepare all of the necessary tools and avoid all the possible mishaps. Follow the financial planning steps included your business efficient way to achieve its objectives. As stated by Janice May Narvas, your firm must be assessed as financial operation and determine existing areas that potentially pose a considerable financial risk. These areas must be addressed by implementing controls and corporate policies that seek to reduce economic impact of the risk. In addition, financial strategies for small business should be designed such as likelihood of the occurrence of this risk will be mitigated.
As claimed by Emily Williams, financial planning is a vital for any business, especially small business owner, because small business owners often use their personal finance as a start-up capital. It is even more critical to have a financial plan in the place. In conformity with brain health, conserving financial resources in a small business is a critical element of success. The financial planning process helps business owners identify the most important expenditures, those that bring out immediate improvement in productivity, efficiency, or market penetration versus those that can be postponed until cost is more plentiful, even the largest, most well-capital comparison, go through the prioritization process comparing the cost to benefits of each proposed expenditures. Indicate by Mark Hayes, a detailed financial plan can reveal opportunities that our business may overlook, but it can also highlight potential limitations that can and should factor in a business growth plans.
Let's proceed to Chapter 3, the methods and procedure. This chapter presents the research method used in participation of the study, sample techniques, instrumentation, data gathering, produce and statistic treatment of data gathering by the researcher. Methods of researcher use. This study examines the importance of financial planning and precise by starting business owner in Marikina City. To provide a detailed and factual information, the descriptive method of the research was used by the researcher described method of research in a fact-finding study with adequate and accurate interpretation of findings. It described the relevance of variables as significant of financial planning that helps the sustainability of starting businesses. It allowed the researcher to carefully describe the understanding the customer buying behavior. This also serves the foundation of decision making and remedial for the existing problem.
Participant of the study. The study was addressed to the participant with total number of 100. Participants who used financial planning in their starting business. The participants were selected through convenient sampling. The participants were assisted the researcher in determining the business owner insight to importance of financial planning in starting a business.
Sampling technique. The research utilized the convenient sampling, a type of non-probability sampling technique because of their convenient, proximity, and accessibility to the researcher for immediately capture the reaction to a certain issue non-probability. Sampling represents a group of sampling techniques that help the researcher to select units from a population that they are interested in studying. Collectively, these units from the sample that the researchers studies that is a sample population selected because it is available and accurate. The researcher using such a sample cannot logically make generalization about the total population from this sample because it would not be representative enough. With the total number of 100 participants, the sample was chosen in different barangays in Marikina City. Data gathering instrument. The instrument used to collect the data was questionnaire. It was conducted in consultation with the thesis advisor. The questionnaire has 3 parts consisting of items that determine the importance of financial planning on sustaining a starting business. Part 1 holds the perception of business owners regarding cash management with the use of financial planning. Part 2 holds perception regarding prioritizing expenditures of financial section of a business plan. And Part 4, the perception of business owners regarding the long-range view in decision-making with the use of financial planning. The questionnaire was used to gather qualitative data which was transformed into qualitative from using a Likert scale to simplify analysis. The survey questionnaire was scratched to the participant of the study. The scaling system and interpretation scale that was used in the parts of questionnaires to assess the importance of financial planning to starting business are as follows. The survey was assembled in such a way that it could answer all questions elucidated in the statement of the problem. A personal letter of the researchers was addressed to the participant requesting them to answer the questionnaire to the best of their capability and with utmost honesty. Data gathering procedure. The researcher requests citizens of Marikina City who just started a business to answer the online survey for them to do it positively for their friends who live in Marikina City. Is approached via messenger app to ask from their help in distributing the link of the online survey. They pass the link to people who are just started their own business from the month of June year 2020 up to present time. The online questionnaire via Google Forms contains needed data to assess the importance of financial planning in cash management, prioritizing and of expenditures, and long-range view decision-making.
Statistical treatment of data. The researchers utilize statistical measures in analyzing the data, gathering and compute frequency and percentage, and tabulations for grouping and tallying of various responses. The formula engaged in the study was appropriate to all questions made in the study. The computations were as follows. Percentage, it refers to the calculations in which hundreds are used as a basis for comparison. Mean, this is a measure of central tendency or location. This value is used to represent the entire set of data. Standard deviation, this is a measure of dispersion or spread in a given set of numerical data.
Let's proceed to the chapter 4, Presentation, Analysis, and Interpretation of Data. This chapter is predominantly apprehensive with the analysis and interpretation of data gathered from the owners of starting business in Marikina City. The analysis and interpretation of the data are presented in accordance with the problem presented in chapter 1. All analysis and interpretation were based on tables which contain the result of gathered data. Cash management. Cash management should be given importance to sustain an entity. The cash activity should be excellently monitored to avoid error in financial statement that may result in different problems. The participant assessment on importance of financial planning in terms of cash management were categorized respectively according to their function. Under the cash management, based on table 5, it shows that the majority of the participants agreed financial planning is important because it helps you to monitor your cash flows having a computed mean of 1.53. The accounts navigation was also agreed by the owners with a computed mean of 1.54. For owners, financial planning is useful for deciding with managing resources. With monetary value, its computed mean of 1.64. Then, there is also a generation of cash activities to meet their entity expenses and have enough left over for investors, which has computed mean of 1.63. Lastly, participants assess that the having financial section is relevant to earn others trust earned from transparent cash transactions, having an average mean of 1.59.
Prioritizing expenditures. Expenditures should also be prioritized as a business owner. Unexpected expenditures or budget shortfalls can arise and require you to prioritize spending. It's also a strategic move to ensuring that your business survives the good times and the bad. Business owners assessed the importance of financial planning in terms of prioritizing expenditures based on its given rules. Under the prioritizing expenditures, as per Table 2, participants strongly agree that financial planning is principal in recognizing the priorities of the entity with its computed mean of 1.43. And for protection of their credit, they agree that it must also be a given priority to avoid circumstances that has a mean score of 1.58. They also believe that a successful startup business must be good in finding ways to cut their annual cost to minimize their expenses, which has a computed mean of 1.60. Determining the best way to use different assists is also agreed by the participants, resulted with 1.56 mean score. And lastly, owners of starting businesses in Marikina agreed that as someone who own and handling a business, it is important to recognize your revenue generating expenses with its computed mean of 1.54.
Long-range view. Having a long-range view on making any decision regards your business shall be given an important too. It personally helps the business owners to avoid making decisions that may result long-term consequences. Hence, participants were able to analyze the importance of financial planning in terms of long-range view according to its purpose. Under the long-range view, appertaining Table 3, most of the owners starting business in Marikina City agreed that thinking beyond circumstances is a vital in managing your business, which got a mean score of 1.59. It shows that there is a computed mean of 1.60, which means that participants agreed in the significant role of property established financial forecasting. According in the table, mostly of the participants agreed that expanding perspective is a crucial but essential in making decisions that will affect their business and has a computed mean of 1.57. Lastly, participants believe that it is fundamental to have an outline that analyzes possible financial risk, having a mean score of 1.58.
Chapter 5: Summary, Conclusions, and Recommendations. This chapter presents the summary and conclusions based on data gathered, analyzed, and interpreted. Similarly, recommendations were made to ensure continuous enhancement in the process of managing and sustaining an entity with the use of financial planning found in their business plan. Summary findings. The aim of the study was to assess the importance of financial planning on starting businesses. After thorough analysis of data, the following findings were provided. Number 1. Cash management. Great number of participants believe that financial planning helps them in monitoring their entity cash flows. Financial section must be considered in starting a business because it affects the navigation of daily accounts from different transactions done by business. Those who are using financial planning is at ease in making decisions with regard to monetary value. Most of the participants can meet expenses and have leftover investors because they have financial section in their business plan that helps in generating their cash amounts. Participants are the following guidelines in making documents because with the financial planning, they are confident in showing their financial statement to its users for its transparency. Number 2. Prioritizing expenditures. Participants are mostly focused on their priorities because financial planning is helping them to recognize the most to least priority. Participants agreed that financial section should be given an importance for it is a great support to protect their credits. Owners of starting business agreed that financial planning is an assistance in their process of annual cost cutting.
Conclusions. Based on the summary of findings, the following conclusions were drawn. Majority of the participants agreed that proper utilization of cash is vital to sustain the business. In line with that, financial planning is necessary to be included in their business plan for them to easily find ways to maximize liquidity and minimize the cost of funds. Lastly, for general conclusions, it is concluded that having financial section on a business plan is essential on starting a business, and the business owners all benefits from the uses of financial plan. Recommendations. Based on the findings and conclusions of the study, the following recommendations from the researchers are drawn. Starting businesses, especially in Marikina City, who do not have financial plan, must start including financial section in their business plan. Starting businesses who already have financial section on their business plan must continue to improve the section to sustain the benefits it is giving. On behalf of my groupmates, this is again Micaela Geronimo, and I would like to thank you all for watching.